got the whole 9 on this thing, bro. The whole 9, dude. I'm sold. I'm buying an Indian. I want one. Good, John.
Good, nice to meet you.
Likewise.
What are you interested in riding today?
I was eyeing the Chieftain, the 116 monster of a bike.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you know a little bit about the bike? Have you?
Not a whole lot about this one in particular. I've ridden, I can't say comparable bikes, but I've ridden baggers and all that. So
That's going to be the Stage 3 big bore kit. So it does have the bigger motor, so it's very powerful. It's got a lot of torque. Okay? There's 3 ride modes. I have it set at standard. No reason to set it at sport. Right. On a nice leisurely 4-mile ride.
Yeah, sounds good.
We're just going to play follow leader. Stay right behind me. Simple ride.
Sounds good.
You're confident riding a big 16, 1800cc bike or larger?
Yeah.
Are you on a bike today?
I brought a CBR in.
Nice.
I mean, I don't do anything stupid. I try to stay calm. Oh my.
Okay.
Right on.
So there is a proximity sensor key fob on the bike. This is your power button, so it wakes the bike up. This controls your windscreen up and down. It's got music in case you want to play some music. By pushing that, it is going to fire up the bike, but it is in first gear. So, pull that up. Okay, so that'll fire the bike up, man.
Sounds good.
If you're ready, I'll take you for a spin.
Yeah, right on. Thanks, brother. Man, this throttle feels whack. All right, guys, we're on the Indian Chieftain 116 Stage 3 kit monster of a bike. I will be taking it easy peasy today, but I've got my other bike in here that they're looking at to possibly buy, and I figured while we're at it, we might as well take one of these for a spin. They're doing their own little demo setup. Crazy, dude. Yeah, this throttle right off the bat, I can tell it's a interesting feeling throttle. The only other baggers I've ridden have been the Ultra Classic. I just had that Road King, not a bagger, but you know, big bike. But I've never been on an Indian, actually. This is my first ride on an Indian. And I can tell you, this thing feels much more spacious. One thing that always surprised me with some of those other Harley baggers is for, you know, as big a bikes as they are, they didn't feel all that spacious, but this thing, man, it feels roomy. I'm only 5'8", I'm not like a huge guy, but I can imagine for your taller riders. Now this throttle must be like electronic something or another, because it is wicked smooth. It feels a little, almost, it feels unlike any other throttle I've ever messed around with or any other bike I've ever ridden. But 116 in this thing, he said it has 3 modes. And we're in standard mode right now. He said there's no reason to be getting on it with any of the other modes. We're not gonna be doing any wheelies today, that's for sure. Not on this thing. But wow, super responsive. I think this throttle takes a little bit getting used to, but once you figure it out, no big deal. Let's see if it'll let us get on it a little bit. There we go. Bam. No heel shifter on this, but the floorboards are nice and roomy. This isn't the full dresser. It doesn't have the tour pack on the back. The guy in front of me's got the full dresser. This would be the one I would go for, though. I've always liked the Chieftain. You've got the kind of like the street glide look to it. Your bagger look. I dig it. I don't really have much time to look at this interface and everything, but we'll see. Audio seems to be pretty solid. Yes. You know, for how big a cruiser it is, this reminds me more of the Goldwing than any of the Harleys I've ever ridden. And I mean that in a good way, because the Goldwing is just so smooth and responsive and, you know, pretty nimble and agile. Is nimble and agile the right word? I don't know, but it's just, you know, an easy bike to throw around. And oops. I dig it, man. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the Indian. I have to say, the only thing is I haven't ridden the new Harley, so I don't know how those compare. I've ridden the 107 and that thing was wicked smooth, so I can only imagine that the new 114 Harley is going to be a lot more similar to this in feel than the 103s that I've ridden in the past. You know, it's not really a fair comparison. But yeah, overall impressions, my first ride ever on an Indian. I think I picked the right Indian to mob around on. I was eyeing the Scout, because I really dig the look of that, kind of the old school bobber look. But I had to go for the Bagger. I had to try this one out, and I'm glad I did. Very smooth and comfortable. Nice big touring bike. I would definitely consider this if I was looking to get a touring bike and wanted something that had kind of the more classic look than the Goldwing. And as far as like all the upgrades and everything, this thing is, I mean, it's got it all, dude. Supposedly this windshield goes up and down. Let's just try it out. Wow, this has a sticker price of $27,499. So I can guarantee I'll never be buying one of these new, that's for sure. But I've seen these used for 15 to 16. Now, not the 116. I think the ones I've seen have been the 111, you know, a couple years older, but oh, we're good. We're good, you guys. I'm just playing follow the leader here, okay? I didn't want to get cut off from the pack. So over here you got your horn, you got your light controls, you got your music. I think this is touch screen. Yeah, you can turn that on and off. You got your tachometer, you got your speedometer, of course. Yeah, you've got it all with this thing, man. We're not dragging footboards today. The seating position seems very similar to your street glides, but it does, like I said, it does feel a little bit more roomy. All in all, though, pleasant experience. You got your gear indicator. You got the whole 9 on this thing, bro. The whole 9, dude. I'm sold. I'm buying an Indian. I want one. It is amazing just how much smoother this bike is compared to like the street bob that I have. The shifting, the throttle response, the braking, everything about it. Much, much smoother. But, you know, they're not the same bike, so make sure I'm not running into anything over here. What a blast.
For a Bagger, what'd you think, man?
Yeah, I can't believe how wicked smooth it is. So is it electronic throttle?
Yes. No, yeah, fly-by-wire.
Right.
Electronic, no cable. Direct, I mean, hookup.
Yeah,
It's got the most mid-range torque amongst all these Bagger bikes on the market.
I mean, I didn't really get on it much at all, but
Yeah.
the throttle took like 5 seconds to get used to, but once you get used to it, it's like, dang, that thing is very responsive. Brakes are good, shift smooth. It's a beast of a bike. It's amazing how much. I haven't ridden the new 114s, so I can't really compare to that, but I've been on the 103s, and this is just like night and day difference. It doesn't even stack up.